onda raza? Welcome back to my canal. On this video, we're gonna take a little cruise and I'm gonna answer questions and make it a short little vlog to answer some of your questions. So sobres. So Evelyn is tagging along. She's always the camera person. I'm opening up the door for her. Evelyn didn't pass the test. She didn't unlock the door for me.
Hey, I forgot.
What's the door test?
All right, listen.
So, raza, hoy nomás quería comenzar un podcast y invité a un camarada, pero le dio pena and it's just bad timing. I mean, we're gonna end up doing it one day or another. So, I need to shoot content. Entonces, me and Evelyn were thinking about sitting down and doing a video, sitting down talking. Pero le dije, no, mejor, what happens if I just do like a quick little cruise and then ask people on YouTube, or I'm sorry, on Instagram to ask me questions and then I'll answer them as I cruise. So that's what we're gonna do. So raza, if all goes well, say hi to Evelyn. Now I was gonna say if all goes well, we'll become streamers.
Yes, so I'm trying to push Tony to be a streamer. So if you guys are interested and you would watch, comment down below so we could figure that out. But I think Tony should be a streamer. He should be on Kick.
I see all these vatos making a whole bunch of money and they're just clowns. And I feel like there's nobody real. So I was telling Evelyn, I will do it, or I would do it, so I can show people what real people are like. Because I don't know, a lot of the times I see streamers, they give me a bad, ¿cómo te diré? Like, it gives me a bad rep because all they do is just prank motherfuckers. All they do is just drama. Y eso no me cae bien. So, you always let your ramfla warm up for a little bit. Y guacha, on these old cars, mine's original, ¿verdad? Te dice the engine starting procedures, which is pretty cool. You know, apply the parking brake, place transmission on park or neutral. Like, it's actually cool. Back then, cars were easy to work on and easy to operate for a certain reason. Now they make cars, they brake super easy. So raza, I had somebody asking si todavía tengo familia en El Paso o en Juaritos. La neta sí tengo familia en Juárez, pero nunca los ha conocido. Y luego sí, todavía sí tengo familia en El Paso. They're from the northeast side. Ya tengo rato, I don't know, I want to say probably like about 5 years que no voy. Yo sé que September 15th hacen like Chuco Day, because it's 915. My birthday is on the 14th. So I was actually telling Evelyn, since this year we didn't go to San Diego's Chicano Park, that if we were to go to El Paso's. So a lo mejor este año de repente si voy. So lowriding culture to me, personally, represents Mexican Americans. Like, I know it's corny and I don't like when people say like, oh, we're too Mexican for the Mexicans and we're too white for the Americans. Like, I hate when people say that shit. But it has some truth to it, ¿me entiendes? So, los Mexicanos, Americanos, we started our own culture because we didn't want to be like everyone else. So we wanted to be different. So lowriding to me is like expressing my Mexican American heritage and wanting to be different. So all lowriders are American muscle cars, and we just lower them. That's literally all lowriders are, is American muscle cars. We're American, but we put our own twist in it. It represents who I am because that's just who I am, ¿entiendes? I don't know how to answer that properly. I mean, I'm Mexican American. I like being different. Growing up, no one was dressing up old school anymore. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that part, really. I don't have a dream car. I've never been like, oh, that's the car I fucking want. But there is one that really calls my attention. They're called the glass houses. Everybody has an Impala, so I like being different, so I don't want an Impala. I like Caprices. So a glass house Caprice would probably be my dream car. So ahorita raza, we're cruising. We're gonna head to base. We're not going on base. Outside of base, there's a store called The Next, which is the Navy store. And most of the time, gas está más barato. I mean, I could have pumped gas right here, but I'm just taking the long route so we can talk and bullshit. And I'm trying to get over, pero los carros acá, la gente, bro, they drive fucking crazy. Yo ya tengo, ya cumplí los six years out here. I got here in May of 2020. We're in June already of 26, so ya tengo 6 años acá. I've been in the military 6.5 because I went in January of 2020. So I've been out here for a minute. Virginia itself is not bad. I just don't really like the city. once you leave out the city, Virginia is actually really pretty. Just I really hate the culture out here. I'm not a big fan, pero obviously I don't hate it as much because I've been out here for this long, no? But that's just my opinion when it comes to Virginia, Norfolk. But when we go out traveling, I actually really like Virginia. Virginia has a lot of national parks. The other day I went with my homeboy to go visit Thomas Jefferson's house. There's a lot of history out here too. If you know anything about American history, Yorktown, Jamestown, they were the first establishments like of America when the colony started. So there's a lot of history out here. Little fun fact about me, I like American history because at the end of the day, ¿me entiendes? I'm American. So I like the history of America. I like the history of Mexico también. So my opinion on the movie Blood In, Blood Out, I actually don't really like it. And the reason why I don't really like it is because they portrayed it like they acted too much. They put too much emphasis on like, Simon que sí, ya sé, a rabbit's foot.
Know what I mean, Jelly Bean?
Like they did too much for it. But I kind of understand. It was more Hollywood. In my opinion, the best Chicano film, the most realistic, is Boulevard Nights. Also, like, el que sí me gusta, but the acting was also not as good, but because it was like low budget and they weren't real actors, is Duke of Earl, because the fashion was on point. Duke of Earl and Boulevard Nights are my favorite movies. So to answer your question, the movie Blood In, Blood Out, to me, it seems a little too corny. That's just my opinion. Yes, I feel like in the future, you vatos will see me in a zoot suit, but not the ones that you guys see on TV and the ones people portray and think are zoot suiters, because those are not really real zoot suiters. Like, I'll put a picture, the homeboy El Pachuco, that's a real zoot suiter. Like the big long feather hats and all this stuff that you see is not real Pachucos. Look up pictures of 1940 Chicano Pachucos. Pachucos and zoot suits, in my opinion, are way different. They're not the same. If you see me, it will be Pachuco stilo. So I'll post a picture of my tío. Like, rest in peace, he just passed away a couple weeks ago. On a prior video that you guys saw me, it was my tío Lencho. He's the one that influenced basically the whole family to dress like that. Him and my grandpa, my dad's jefe, eran Pachucos, you know, de Ciudad Juárez. And they passed it on to my jefe. And growing up, my dad passed it on to me. So I'll probably put other pictures of me when I'm like 8 years old. This is not like a trend that I hopped on. You gotta understand, dog, I'm about to be 26. So I know I look young. People are like, damn fool, I mean, you look like a youngster. You look like you're 19, 20 years old. And I understand. So when people see me, they're like, oh, bro, you're just a fucking hopping on the trend or whatever people say, ¿verdad? Pero back like 2008, 2010, dog, no one was dressing like this. But luckily, my jefe pushed the stilo onto me and I kept it alive. And now you just see it everywhere. But how I got into the stilo was my jefe. But my jefe got it from his dad, which is my grandpa, and my tío Lencho. Rest in peace. Carnal, I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for your support. Like, honestly, I would have stopped making these videos if it wasn't people like you who support and show me so much love. Because at times, you can ask Evelyn, yo digo, man, why am I doing this shit? Sometimes I don't even want to, because I feel like I got other shit to worry about. You know, I want to start investing in real estate. There's just a lot going on my plate. But then I see your guys' messages like on Instagram or all the positive comments on YouTube. And you vatos are the ones who truly motivated me or motivate me. So honestly, carnal, chingos de gracias. Just for you, dog, and people like you, I'll continue to push. But Evelyn's a big help too. She's the one who pushes me. I didn't want to shoot today. She pushed me. So it's because of you guys. Like, I love you guys. So I'm not a fan of bags. I like hydraulics. That's the way I was raised. So right now my priorities are to fix up the canton because I want to rent it. So I got 7 months to get it fixed so I can get another one. So I got a lot going on right now. But in the future, yes, I will put hydraulics on this one. Raza, I'm going to give you what I spent on a coach, which is $750 all in ones. Macros. Look up what macros are, and that's all you need to know. So basically, you're going to need to eat 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You're going to need to eat 0.3 times your body weight in fats, and the remaining of your calories are gonna be carbs. And the way you're gonna get all that, I'm gonna tell you real quick. Go on Google, type in calorie calculator. That's how you're gonna find out how much calories you need to eat. And then look up macros, which is fats, proteins, and carbs. You're gonna put them together, and that's how you're gonna know what to eat. So if you really, really, really want to, you're serious about it, just look up macros and look up maintenance calories. That's all you need to know. That's what all these coaches are fucking charging people thousands of dollars for. And I kind of understand it, because you need to have like some sort of like investment to actually go through with it, because all the information is free out there. But the reason people don't get fit is because it's free. So they feel like nothing's hurting them by not getting the goals. But if you put like a fuck ton of money down, you're gonna get the results, because you wanna get your money back, if that makes sense. But macros and calories, that's all you need to know. Body dysmorphia. I think it's a great thing. Some people see it as a negative thing. I see it as a positive thing, because that's what motivates you to keep going to the gym. Because once you get your ideal body that you love, you're gonna stop going to the gym, you're gonna start kicking back, and you're gonna fall, and then now you're gonna have to rework again. So I think, because I have it, I think it's a plus. I think if you have it, look at it as like a perk, something that other people don't have, that you have an extra push. Look at it in a positive way. I was gonna have Evelyn try to grabar like the base, because we're right off of base. And más que sometimes the camera trips out a little bit. But gas is way cheaper here at the Next. And what the Next is, it's a military store or a Navy store. It's like a big ass, it's basically like a mall. And then you have a package store where they sell like alcohol and shit, but you know, we never go there. And right here is the gas station. You also have a car wash. What I love about the military is like its own city. You have everything you need. So raza, on these old cars, on these old carruchas, when you pump gas, you gotta pull up all the way forward, because my gas tank is in the license plate. So I'm gonna show you. So raza, this is the outfit of the day también. Just brown Dickies, got my huaraches. So when it comes to dressing up old school during summer, I actually wear just white tees all the time, or polos, or like linen, like light material, button-up shirts, because Pendletons are too hot. If you guys don't believe in credit cards, which I never did, so I always grew up not wanting credit cards, but if you know and if you're disciplined, credit cards are actually good, because you can get all the benefits from them. Gas aquí is $3.64. That's why I'm telling you, I pump gas here because it's way cheaper. And then over here, you gotta come down here. Okay, I come into, yeah, raza, on these old cars, not all of them, but most of them had the gas tank in the license plate, and I think that's pretty badass, because you don't need to see like the gas tank on the sides or whatever. So raza, estos zapatos, gracias a Evelyn, me los agarró en Zacatecas. So when she was out there, me habló and she asked if I wanted anything. And I bought another pair, más que los otros eran de plástico. So me dolía chingos los pies, but estos from the bottom are rubber, so ayudan bastante.
I got a pair too in black.
Yeah, those are nice. Huh? I love you.
Me too. You're so tall, like I'm like.
So raza, when it comes to finances, I've always been the type not to like really talk out about it and stuff, but I think I should. People care about your credit score, and it does matter when you're trying to buy homes. So when I recently bought a home, like credit matters, and you do need it in your life. So if you don't believe in credit cards, and I never did, so I never got a credit card till like 2021, they're useful, but you have to be disciplined, because a lot of them have cash back. They have all these fucking punk ass rewards. And basically, if you pay it on time and you don't spend money that you do not have, and you only spend money that you do have, it's almost like you're getting your money back, if that makes sense. So if you don't have a credit card, be disciplined and build up your credit, so in the future, when you want to shop for homes, you get better deals. So raza, you can't see, but I just turned on the headlights, or the lights. Growing up, mi jefe siempre me enseñó, when you're cruising, you turn your lights on. So every time I'm rolling, I gotta turn my lights on. I'm sure a lot of your jefes, or I'm sure a lot of you vatos know, but if you did not know, when a motherfucker has their lights on, it just means you're cruising. So raza, listen to this song real quick. So that's why I'm so proud of being Tejano, because what a lot of people don't realize is the Chicano culture originates in Texas, in El Paso. So los Tejanos, old school Tejanos, people think of Tejanos as vaqueros, which there is that side, but Tejanos are also Chicanos. So that is a Chicano artist, and he's talking about his lowrider, and there's more songs that I should show you vatos of old school Tejanos, talking about like lowriding, like the Garcia Bros, they're pachucos from Eagle Pass. ¿Me entiendes? Like Chicano culture is big in Texas. We just, I guess, I don't know why. Yeah, there's just not, we're not as known. So mi comida favorita, mexicana favorita, growing up, era barbacoa. Mi tía, la hermana de mi jefa, mi tía Alma, en las mañanas, like on Sundays, nos invitaba a su casa porque hacía barbacoa. And bro, her fucking barbacoa is the best barbacoa I've ever had. So I like barbacoa. También me gusta chingos el menudo. So I would say that barbacoa and menudo were my favorite dishes growing up. So I forgot to tell you about those. We just pumped gas. Shout out to my homeboy AB. If you guys remember, my homeboy from back in the day. Unfortunately, he got stationed in San Diego. We got torn apart. The vato got a family. But he had this favorite spot aquí, comida mexicana, his favorite torta spot. And that's actually where we're about to go. Me and Evelyn are gonna split a torta. Hell yeah, most definitely. I was trying to do it myself, but I don't know how to go about it. So I wanted to give him my shirt. Like, hey, remake this exact shirt. But I don't know who to talk to. If you vatos know anybody who makes clothes. Because since I have the original one, and I'm sure there's other people who do, but mine's the long collar one, and that's just what I'm into. So if I could talk to somebody, if you guys know anybody, recommend anybody, I would want to give them the shirt and have them make replicas. I can answer that two ways, carnal. Everything happens for a reason. And maybe I wasn't as good as people thought I was, or as good as I thought I was. Which, I'm not gonna lie to you, carnal, I don't want to brag on myself or nothing, but I was actually pretty decent, bro. I was actually really good. I got ranked a few times. I fought big names, so if you know, like Brandon Lee, Manuel Rojas, Hartley from New York. I'm trying to think of big names that I fought. So those are like three big names who are pros. Oh, there's this heavyweight boxer, this black dude, I forget his name. He's half black, half white. Damn, is it Anthony? He's under Golden Boys. We were sparring partners. I fought a lot. I don't know if you know Danny Blancas. Danny Blancas. Or Danny Blanco, I forget his name. Nano, I forget his last name. Dude, I fought so much big names. I'm going on a long rant. But long story short, carnal, maybe I didn't have the love for it. And if I'm gonna be honest, I don't want my jefe here in this video, but he almost like forced it really hard on me, where maybe it just deterred me from like wanting to keep pursuing it. My parents splitting up didn't really affect me because I kept boxing. My grandma passing away didn't really affect me either. Yeah, that's probably it. I mean, there's no specific reason why I didn't continue. It's just once I graduated, it was just like, well, fuck, I don't know what to do. So I just joined the military. Carnal, I bought this spray, ¿verdad? And you're gonna think I'm bullshitting you. Back in like 2012, bro, when I was a kid, we bought it at Finish Line, and it was like a water repellent. So my jefe was very strict on our clothes, because growing up, I only had maybe like 4 pairs of shoes, and I wouldn't get new pairs of shoes every year. It'd be every like 3 years, so I would make sure to take good care of them. So I'd clean them before wearing them, clean them when I got back from school, and then I would spray that spray. So as soon as I bought the new shoes, I would actually spray them with like water repellent. I don't know what it was called. And I actually still have it at the house, so maybe I could take a picture or something. But just cleaning them, bro. I mean, just stay up. I remember I used to use like toothpaste. I used to use 402, I think it was a cleaning spray. Like it was for your house to clean the tubs, and I think I used to use that. I'm trying to think what other stuff. Like with the white laces, I used to use Cloro, dish soap, and oxygen peroxide. And clean them by hand. Just honestly, you're gonna get your shoes dirty, but just clean them when you come back, and then clean them again the day you're going out. Hello? What's up, fool? Hey, how'd you, yeah, Evelyn's using my phone to read shit off on Instagram, fool. How'd you know? So, Evelyn paused the camera, pero as she paused the camera, a homeboy passed by and he was honking. So, ahorita me habló el cabrón. He was telling me that he was going to, well, it's two homeboys. They're badass homeboys. I'll put some pictures of them. Devin and Alex, both from Califas. And we became good friends, dog. They got stationed out here. They hit me up on Instagram, and bro, Instagram is where I make all my homies. That's why I love social media. You make all the friends. You just attract the same people because they like you or whatever. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just going on rapidly. So, carnal, my biggest advice, wanting to dress up old school, Chicano, whatever you want to call it, verdad? I personally, if you're not a gang member, a real gang member, I wouldn't go for the 90s look. Because you're almost asking for trouble, fool, because that's how gangbangers dress. If you dress up more 70s, it looks classy, and people actually admire it and respect it more. That's why when people talk about, oh, bro, people are gonna press you, this and that, bro, it's quite the opposite. Cada vez que alguien me mira, it's always a great interaction, bro, because like, damn, bro, you're actually putting it on the right way. You're respectful. You're representing us the right way. You're in the military. Like, all my interactions are always extremely positive, but I also feel like it's how you carry yourself. If you're walking around trying to act tough, bro, there's gonna be people that are gonna like sense that and they're gonna check you. But if you're going around like respectful and like literally not looking for problems, you're just trying to represent, people sense that too. So if you want to dress up old school, I'd go the 70s route and actually look at pictures of how people used to dress back in the day and copy them verbatim, bro. Because now what people are doing, they're just throwing on anything and calling it Chicano, and they're fucking up the whole culture. So if you really, really want to get into it, bro, like, study it. Don't just throw random shit on. A lot of you vatos are asking about music, and the reason I can't really use music is because YouTube copyrights everything. So I don't know how to go around that, because I don't want to get copywritten. Like, now that I'm doing all this content, it's not just like, oh, pick up a camera, record everything you want. Like, people sue and shit. It's kind of like stupid. So I can't really talk about music, or I can, but I just can't play music. So I'm sorry about that. If that's what you guys want. Yes, the advice I can give about the military, first figure out what type of person you are and what you like. If you like that war shit and you want to go do that war shit, go to the Marines or go to the Army as a combat job. But if you're into like fixing cars, you're into working on planes, do what I did. I went and became an aviation mechanic. So I work on helicopters. And what's crazy is that I never really liked being a mechanic. I never really liked working on cars. I always liked working on houses. But when I went there, that's just what I qualified for, and I wanted to try something new. So first figure out what you want, because you could be a nurse, you could do admin.
Props for that ride, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
That's a smoke show, man.
Yeah, thank you. See, out here we get a lot of love, and I like white homies. We call them Woods. I got a lot of respect for them.
I don't know how you're doing it. I was dressed all fitted too, and I took it off because I couldn't handle it. So how do you handle wearing these outfits in the heat, Tony? Because you're like head to toe covered.
That's what I was trying to tell you about those. For summer, I only wear Dickies because Dickies are the thinnest pants. When it comes to shirts, I always wear white tees because they're light color. Don't wear dark colors because you get hotter like that. The material, when I do wear button-up shirts, I try to get them like, not linen, but thin material.
Yeah, breathable.
Polos también, because they're short sleeve. Some of them are thick though, so you got to be careful. Thank you.
How is it on gas though?
It's actually decent. I probably get like 18 miles. It's all right.
That's my day. I'm in the 70s.
Yeah, it's a 73. Yeah. Oh, really? But thank you. Likewise. So, raza, la gente gabacha is muy amable. Like, I'm telling you, bro, I only get good interactions. Pero, notice how I just took off my glasses? Raza, please don't be that fucking asshole that walks around in buildings wearing sunglasses or hairnets. I wear hairnets at the house or when I'm kicking back with my homeboys. but never in establishments. I just feel like that's a lack of respect. So never wear your fucking sunglasses indoors. I think that's corny. Obviously we do it on our videos because it's just for videos, but in public I don't do that shit. I think they're connected. Yeah, look at this spot. So, a ver.
Acá está.
¿Y si tienen horchata?
¿Viene con salsa? La salsa la cogí de aquí, mi amor. Ok. Ahora pónganme un poquito de pez blanco que también.
But like I was talking about the glasses, when it comes to hats, I'm like 50-50 because back in the day, it was like a gentleman thing to do is take off your hat when you come in somewhere. But today, I mean, you see people wear baseball hats and stuff indoors, hats. So I don't know how I feel about it. At times I'm like, oh, you know, the right thing to do is probably to take it off. But then my hair is all sweaty and messed up. And then where'd I put the hat? Because it takes up all the space on the table. Okay, so I had a homeboy ask, what would you call this chapter of your life? That's actually a really good question. I would say the taking risk. You know, I've been taking risk investing, and I don't like talking about it until the future and I know what I'm doing. But you know, obviously I bought a home, so I'm investing in that. I'm investing in other things. So I just think this is me taking risk, like finally going through with stuff. So this chapter of my life is the risk taking. Have you ever got impressed for how you dress, bro? No, carnal, to the prior, one of the prior questions, I said I've never ever got impressed. Every encounter, in my opinion, has always been extremely positive. It's always been a whole bunch of love. But I'm telling you guys, it's because of the way you carry yourself. If you're carrying yourself like you're tough, you're gonna get pressed. But if you're carrying yourself like just well-mannered, well-behaved, respectful. Okay, I have my homeboy from work. This is a good question. If you weren't in the Navy, what would you want to do for a living and why? So, this is my homeboy. He's always motivating me to do podcasts. He's always motivating me to push content. He's telling me, like, since I'm deciding to get out of the military, he's telling me to go to TAPS and learn about an entrepreneur course where it teaches you. Because he actually is trying to push me to be like more of a serious content creator, and I really admire that about him. So thank you, Stuman. So if I wasn't in the Navy, I'd probably see myself being like a carpenter or being a full-time content creator, which I think is pretty badass.
What's holding you back from doing content?
So the only thing holding me back from doing content, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, is my laziness. I'm telling you, I get off work and I know I should be doing it. And I'm like, I'm too lazy, or I'll be like, I need to be working on the house. So then I just start working on the house, or because I'm a perfectionist, I need everything to be perfect. So if it's not perfect, I don't want to post it, and that's like what I need to work on. Is like my OCD. So that is what's really stopping me. Is my OCD. Boom. So I'm telling you, vatos, this is the best torta spot in Norfolk. Okay, raza, so I'm trying to cut it. Damn. So we're gonna take a test bite.
Damn.
If you know, you know. Please give us some time to eat, because it's too much to try to eat and record. That's the only bad thing about recording that people don't tell you, or content creation. It becomes overwhelming. It's just too much going on. Sometimes you just need to put that shit down and really enjoy like the moment. So just give us 10-20 minutes so we can enjoy ourselves and eat. Yeah, you take it easy, homie. Yeah, likewise. Yeah. Oh, okay, raza, so la comida estaba machín rin. One thing that I'm learning is how to eat in portion or portion control, porque yo como hasta reventar. And me and Evelyn just went half and half on that torta, so it was like the perfect. Like, I'm still hungry, I want to eat, but I know I shouldn't, because I'll eat until I explode. What is one thing that I think man in the world are failing to do is, I just think men are failing to be honest with themselves. I used to be the type of vato that would just lie. I'd see somebody who's ripped and buff, and I'd be like, bro, oh, you think you're so bad, or like, why do you have to be buff? Because deep down in my heart, I knew that's what I wanted to be and I needed to be, but I was just too lazy. When I would do something I know I wasn't supposed to, but I would just somehow try to justify it because this, that, and the third. So I just think men are just failing to be honest with themselves and actually change things that they know they should change but don't want to change because it hurts their ego. So that's one thing that I do think. If you can tell a man one thing that would stick with him, what would that be? And the best advice I got, and I can give anybody else, is that your consciousness or your conscience is the authentic voice of God. That voice in your head telling you what's right and what's wrong, and when you fuck up and you know you're not supposed to be doing something, that voice is actually God. And I'm not religious and I'm not super spiritual, but I do believe that, like, in a God, I do believe that there's something bigger that governs us. And I do believe that because scientists have never been able to explain what that voice in our head is. So I genuinely believe that your consciousness is God speaking to you. And when you use drugs, when you're intoxicated, you're blocking that voice and it's harder to hear. But when you go completely sober, that voice gets louder. Are you planning on putting 13-inch spokes on the Monte Carlos, and when? So, carnal, a question in the beginning of this video. Right now, my priorities isn't fully on the Ramfla right now. I love the car how it is original right now. Do I want spokes on it? Yes, but the only spokes that I like are the Kragers. I'm old school, bro, so if it has to be Kragers or Supremes. I don't like Dayton's. So yes, in the future I will, pero nomás ahorita, that's not my priority. The car is already all original, it's super clean, so I don't feel like I need to really do that much changes to it. But yes, in the future I will. What's your experience in the Navy? So right off the bat, carnal, it's extremely positive because everything that I own and everything that I've bought was because of the military. I joined when I was 20 years old. So all the money I have, everything I've had, everything I've accumulated, all the friends I've made, all the experiences, all the traveling, all these things you see me do is because of the military. Now, do I fully love the military and everything's perfect? No, bro, there's a lot of things that I fucking dislike. Like people that you don't respect being in charge of you. But regardless, I mean, I'm doing something positive. You're serving the country, which I've always admired. As a kid, I always remember admiring people who served the country. But my experience has been positive. You know, I met Evelyn, I've met great friends. I've traveled places I would never traveled. Places that I've never even heard of. Like when I thought of Croatia, I was like, who the fuck is Croatia? Norway, I knew Norway because up north, everyone was Norwegian, where I'm from. England, I went. I never thought I would ever go to England. Where else have we gone? Turkey, that's something I never even fucking heard of. Like, what the fuck is Turkey? I don't know. So overall, like I've been to like 9 countries or whatever. It's because of the military. The money that I make to buy the house, the money I make to put into the car, the money that I use to buy my clothes, it's all because of the military. Now, if you guys want to hear some negative parts, I'll tell you. But I think the positives outweigh the bad. I've said this on my stories, but raza, I only like bench seats because then I can hug my lady. When you have those swivel seats or the captain chairs, you can't even like hug your lady, and you can't fit as, oh, look at that Caprice. See, I'm a big fan of 80 sedans. I just don't like G-bodies, so that's a sedan because those are the 4 doors. I'm just not a big fan of G-bodies. Pero, yeah, you want to fit more people in the car, dog. Especially I want to have a big family, so bench seats for me, again, is my opinion. I want to keep emphasizing this, raza, because, I mean, some people get offended. Everything I say, what I like and dislike, is my opinion. It's not facts. So if I say something that, oh, dude, I think that's ugly, or oh, I don't like that, and that's your style, bro, don't get offended. That's your style, and that's good because that makes you who you are. My style makes me who I am. Like when I say I like 70s, I prefer 70s. I mean, you might have people who say, well, I like 90s. I mean, that's cool, that's your thing, bro. That's not my thing. So if you ever hear me say like, oh, dude, those shoes are ugly, like when I talk about, I forget what shoes I was talking about that look like super bulky. Whatever, right? If anything I say that I dislike and say something bad about, just don't take it personal. If that's what you like, hey dog, that's what you like, bro. Like at the end of the day, I heard this thing that I really liked. They said that the most controversial people online are actually the most respectful in person and most like, the most kind. And all my interactions in person have always been extremely positive. So raza, I really hope you guys enjoyed the vlog. Muchas gracias again. More content is coming. I gotta get creative. I want to start a podcast. So, los quiero mucho. Until next time, sobres.